Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews, where today I'm taking a look at the tail end, the epilogue of the Sandman Season 2. This is episode 12, this is a bonus episode, and it concerns itself with Kirby Howell-Baptiste as Death. So, let's dive in and find out exactly what this Neil Gaiman swan song has got to offer.
Is returning to hell.
Lord Morpheus comes to us in a futile attempt to free one he loves from our...
So for those of you who have been paying attention, the Sandman Season 2 is now complete. It is up and it's running and it's all there to stream, Seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix. But there is that bonus episode which was hit the streaming platform today, starring Kirby Howell-Baptiste as Death, and it solely concerns us with her and, shall we say, what happens. And the question is, what exactly happens when Death takes a day off? And it basically lands a slap bang in the middle of Shoreditch in London, and she connects with a waif and stray, a wayward soul called Sexton, who is played by Colin Morgan. And Colin Morgan may be familiar to people who were big fans of Merlin back in the day, but he has also been in a number of other things. And Sexton is basically, he's on the watch list, if you know what I'm saying. He's not feeling great. He is, shall we say, pining after an ex-girlfriend, and Death ultimately seems to be his ideal wingman. But what else is there about this particular epilogue which is going to make fans of the Sandman keep tuning in? Let's find out. So if nothing else, it is the presence of Kirby Howell-Baptiste as Death. She is an optimistic character. She puts she's putting the life back in the afterlife. She was always possibly one of the best things in the Sandman to begin with, because an awful lot of the characters in that show are quite dour, quite miserable, quite sort of forlorn. Maybe Desire wasn't. That's Alexander Mason Park, who was really, really good as Desire. But ultimately, what you get with Death is something akin to like a Pratchett character, more like a Terry Pratchett from like Reaper Man or Mort, somebody who is, I don't know, inherently human despite the role that they've been asked to play. And that is ultimately what drives this epilogue and what keeps it really interesting. It does have theological debates which go on around, mortality and things of that nature. But the story itself is a little bit too thin, and unfortunately the supporting cast, who also feature actors who have been in Dune Prophecy and I Will Destroy You, get somewhat overlooked and feel slightly wasted. So on that note, I'm going to dive into my rating. Let's do that.
She was right. It is wrong for us to get involved with them. You know that.
If I have committed a wrong, I must make it right.
So I'm going to be giving the epilogue to the Sandman Season 2 featuring Kirby Howell-Baptiste a 3.5 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. Why? Because she is expected to carry a great deal of this episode. I think she personally deserves her own series. I think there is more to be mined within that character, but unfortunately the story, the structure they've got around her feels quite thin, doesn't feel quite substantial enough, and it feels quite reflective of the way this season felt because of obviously the Neil Gaiman allegations, etc, etc. So on that note, I'm going to dive into my trailer. Let's do that.
Prepare yourself.
And so it is, you've reached the end of another video, this time for the epilogue to the Sandman Season 2 starring Kirby Howell-Baptiste, which is currently streaming on Netflix with the rest of Volume 1 and 2. So if you've liked this video, then give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you can always just drop a comment in the comment box below and I will respond. And finally, just subscribe so that every Tuesday and every Saturday when I drop another one of these videos literally into your lap, you'll get a little notification. You can pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you'd like, and then go about your day. In the meantime, check out the rest of the channel. Maybe pop over to the Patreon page. Take care. Cheers now.